Hi everyone, this is Sandra. I'm so happy to see you today. I miss you all. As you are from different time zone areas, so I will have different greetings to you. Good morning, guten Tag, bonjour, buenos dias, konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo, selamat pagi. So welcome to Macroblock year 2020 new product launch presentation. To begin with, I will introduce you Macroblock Vice President. In addition, it's coming the new product topics. The last, we will have an online Q&A session with you. So now, welcome Macroblock Vice President, Mr. Larry Lee. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you. Hello, folks. Welcome to our live product launch. Since we were absent from ISE Amsterdam this year due to coronavirus outbreak, here we have decided to present our latest technologies and products online today. We are going to share with you Macroblock's new concept, a new basic concept, along with the LED display market trend and the latest driver IC solutions for your LED display, as well as mini micro LED display. We hope you get better idea to choose the most suitable driver IC for your LED display by this product release program. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. So let's get started now. Our two product managers will introduce you about the new basics concept and the latest MBI driver IC solutions. And then we will, after each product presentation, you are invited to have online Q&A. We will answer you in the chat room. So let's get started. Welcome, Hongyi.
Thank you, Sandra. And thank you everyone to join our product launch. My name is Hongyi Chen. I'm product manager from Macroblock. Today, I want to address two topics. Firstly, I want to talk about the new basics of LED display. Then, I want to talk about the 16-channel product in 2020. So, why do we need the new basics of LED display? We know the LED display are everywhere, no matter on stage, in the shopping mall, broadcasting room, conference room, no matter or even in someone's house as a TV set. And we are expecting that the LED display have high resolution and superior image quality. But when the LED pixel pitch gets smaller, there's still challenges ahead. So Macroblock has been devoted to technology development to provide the best quality driver IC solutions. Therefore, in 2020, we defined the new basics of LED display in order to meet the market requirement on the display. So, the 6 elements of new basics are minimum gray and image quality and HDR-Optimized, 64 scan, and low power, and last is highly integrated. First of all is image quality, which means that the display has the superior image and video quality without 7 common image problems, including ghosting effect, color shift, non-uniform at low grayscale, thin line at first scan, gradient thin line, LED depth pixel, and high contrast interference. Next is about minimum gray. Macroblock can achieve accurate brightness at the lowest grayscale level to have smooth and linear gradient of the display module. When comparing the two pictures, the module with the Macroblock driver IC shows a more detail than using the other brand's driver IC. Take our product NBI 5359 as an example, which can support up to 16-bit grayscale. The lowest brightness is 0.04 nits. As a result, it can show the better visual performance. HDR-Optimized. Macroblock first defined HDR-Optimized 2 years ago for the premium LED display. That means a premium LED display should reach 16-bit grayscale and 4K refresh rate at 32 scan design. And this year, we would like to push the scan number to over 32 scan design and keep the same visual performance. 64 scan. Macroblock start to provide a higher scan number design. We can reduce the component and SMT number for cost-effective solutions. With same condition of low grayscale, refresh rate, and brightness at the 64 scan design. Next is low power, which can reduce the power consumption and surface temperature of display module by less IC power or common case application and dynamic plus power saving function. Moreover, it's highly integrated, which means that driver IC and MOS and the logic IC are embedded in one chip for 5-pitch LED display. When the pixel pitch gets smaller for mini and micro LED applications, the size of display module will be shrink at the same time. So we can decrease the number of components by highly integrated solutions. Meanwhile, it also reduces control signal and make PCB layout more easily. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. As you can see, here are our new generation 16-channel product, which can support up to 64 scan design, including NBI 5754, NBI 5254, and NBI 5264. So let's start with the NBI 5754, which is for the common castle LED design. The output current is 1 to 18 milliamp, and the pixel pitch is recommended 1.2 to 4 millimeter. And the NBI 5754 it has the 4 elements of new basics, and it features the common castle design, which can reduce the power consumption and surface temperatures on the display module by dual power supply. Because the red LED can be driven 2.8 volt only. So NBI 5754 is suitable for the low power application of new basics. Next is about the NBI 5254. NBI 5254 is for common anode LED design. The output current is 0.5 to 20 milliamp. The pixel pitch is recommended for 1 to 4 millimeter. And the NBI 5254 has 3 elements of new basics. And our new generation 64 scan driver IC all have the novel low grayscale processing circuit, which can solve the high contrast interference and color shift at the low grayscale to achieve the superior image quality and minimum gray. And the NBI 5254 may reach 14-bit grayscale at 4K refresh rate at 32 scan design. For the high scan design, NBI 5254 can still achieve 13-bit grayscale and 2K refresh rate at 64 scan design. Okay, the advanced solution is NBI 5264. NBI 5264 is for the common anode LED design. and the output current is 0.5 to 20 milliamp. And the pixel pitch is recommended 1 to 4 millimeter. And the NBI 5264 has 4 elements of the new basics. And the special feature of NBI 5264 has the PWM enhancement technology. It means that the PLL function embedded in the driver IC and without the G-clock signal. So, NBI 5264 is the best EMI solution of 16-channel product. And it may reach 16-bit grayscale and 4K refresh rate at a 64 scan design. Therefore, NBI 5264 has more detail at a low grayscale to achieve the HDR-Optimized. So let's compare the performance between NBI 5254 and the NBI 5264. In here, for the demo spec, the NBI 5264 is 16-bit and the NBI 5254 modules is 13-bit. So we can see the difference from the head of the picture. The NBI 5264 is better than NBI 5254 because the NBI 5264 has the PWM enhancement technology. So NBI 5264 is suitable for the high scan design, high refresh rate, and high grayscale application. In conclusion, this is our new generation 16-channel product in 2020. And next, we will follow the highly integrated product by Hertz. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Hongyi. Now we have a better picture about the new basics concept and the 64 scan driver ICs
IC.
here.
Yes.
The 3 part numbers that Hongyi just introduced. And Hongyi, let's stop here a little bit time because we have questions online from customers now. Okay. The first question is, what are the difference between 5253 and the NBI 5254?
Okay. NBI 5253 is our best-selling product, and it has the superior image quality at a 32 scan design. And the difference is the NBI 5254 can provide a higher scan number to 64 scan. So we can reduce the component and the SMT number on the display module for the cost-effective solutions.
Okay, so which means NBI 5254 is the new driver IC, support to 64 scans. Good. The next question, why you choose the black and white images of the demonstration here for the 64 scans?
Okay, we choose the black and white picture because we can more easily to compare the performance at the low grayscale. Because our new generation 64 scan driver IC has the novel low grayscale processing circuit, which can solve the high integrated solution, high contrast interference, and the color shift problem to have the better performance at the low grayscale.
Okay, thank you, Hongyi.
Thank you.
The next, we will welcome Hertz to have the new driver IC, high integrated 48-channel driver ICs for mini LED and micro LED display solutions. Welcome, Hertz.
Thank you, Sandra. Hello, everyone. I'm Hertz from Macroblock. I'm the manager of the technical marketing department. Today, I'm very glad to show you what's the progress in Macroblock of mini LED and the micro LED technology. Today, I prepare 2 demos for everyone's watching, and these 2 drivers are building with our new highly integrated driver NBI 5759 and the NBI 5864. The display in front of me of this one, this is designed with NBI 5759. And the MBI 5759 is a LED driver that is able to drive common castle LED, and it is a highly integrated driver, which means the constant current drive and the scanning MOSFET are embedded in one single IC. And the display here for the LED technology, that is a COB technology, and with the common castle LED chip. So MBI 5759 is able to drive the pixel pitch that is below 1 millimeter, around, above, or below. In front of me, this one, that is a pixel pitch is 0.625 millimeter, and with a mini LED chip inside. So MBI 5759 is a driver that covers 4 elements of our new basics elements. And one of that important is highly integrated. And there's another very important element of new basics is low power. Why we define MBI 5759 with a low power element? Okay, because MBI 5759 is a driver which is able to drive common castle LED. If you are using a separate voltage to supply red LED with a lower voltage for red LED, then you can save more power loss from red LED paths. That is a way to reduce the system power. And another power saving feature is our Dynamic Plus power saving. What is Dynamic Plus? Dynamic Plus means this power saving feature is able to reduce the power consumption no matter your display is displaying content or your display is in black, like in the standby mode, which means Dynamic Plus is a feature that is able to reduce the power consumption in all the time. So if you combine the common castle LED driving with a low supply voltage for red LED and enable the Dynamic Plus power saving, you can reduce more power from your LED system. And that can make your LED system cooler and more efficient. This is a design with the MBI 5759. And we can check about MBI 5864. MBI 5864 is our latest highly integrated driver. And I will say, this is the state-of-art LED driver IC, especially it's a highly integrated one. MBI 5864 has so many features that is very suitable for mini LED and micro LED technology. And one of the most important is if you see the new basics content, you will see this MBI 5864 covers all the elements, 6 elements in new basics. Why is that? There's one important thing is highly integrated, and the second important thing is MBI 5864 also labeled with a low power. And there's a very unique design for MBI 5864 is MBI 5864 is able to drive very low current, that is 100 microamp. Why we need to design MBI 5864 as a 100 microamp design? That is because of the trend of output current is changing. Like you see, if you're looking at our presentation, we can see there is a boundary between mini LED and the micro LED. And the boundary is around 0.6 millimeter around. However, no matter in red LED, blue LED, or green LED, the output current is going to down and down and down, following the pixel pitch to go into narrow and narrower. So if you're looking at the pixel pitch that is below 0.6 millimeter or even below 0.4 millimeter, you can see the output current driving will go to around 200 microamp. So that is why MBI 5864 is using the design for 100 microamp, and we can drive very accurate current around 100 microamp, which means this driver is very suitable for mini LED and the micro LED application. There are more about MBI 5864, like the innovative scanning architecture. what is the new in scanning architecture? If you look at your presentation in the right-hand side, this is the example for MBI 5759. That is our traditional scanning architecture. And on your left-hand side, this is the scanning architecture using our latest technology. We call it scan sharing. What is scan sharing? Scan sharing means single IC component can share the functionality of single IC to another one, which means the functionality in one IC can be shared to another one and another one. So single IC's contribution can be shared by not everyone, but by the several multiple chips, which means the utilization of the single IC functionality can be more. So we can look at the example at the bottom. That is a 64 by 64 resolution. If you're looking at the 64 by 64 resolution with the MBI 5759, there will be 8 drivers on it. And if you look at the MBI 5864 in 64 by 64 resolution, there is only 4 drivers, which means using our scan sharing technology and combined with higher multiplexing, you can reduce the driver chip count on your display. We can see some implementation in the real PCB. Like you see at your right-hand side, that is a real board designed with MBI 5759. And at your left-hand side is a board designed with MBI 5864. So if you look at these two boards, the board size is not no big difference. However, please look at the pixel pitch. The pixel pitch in the right-hand side for MBI 5759 is a 0.625 millimeter. But in your left-hand side, designed with MBI 5864, the pixel pitch is already going to 0.39 millimeter. That is below 0.4 millimeter. I think this is the narrowest pixel pitch you can see from market. Why MBI 5864 can do the so narrow pixel pitch is because one reason is I just mentioned earlier, the scan sharing technology, and also the multiplexing is going to higher. And MBI 5864 has a version with BGA package, and that is a more compact BGA. So you can see in right-hand side, the pixel pitch is 0.625 millimeter. You can see the crowd on the board is already very crowded. But in the left-hand side, the driver IC still contribute a lot of area on the PCB. However, we can implement the real pixel pitch below 0.4 millimeter. And to compare these two boards, actually MBI 5864 drive more than almost 4 times pixel numbers compared to MBI 5759. So you can see there are many differences in MBI 5864 and MBI 5759. So now I will wrap it up about these two latest drivers. For MBI 5759, like what I just mentioned, it covers 4 elements in new basics, especially highly integrated and also the low power. That is because it's able to support the common castle LED technology. And if you enable the dynamic plus power saving, you can save more power no matter any time when you operate your LED display system. And then we go to MBI 5864. MBI 5864 is our state-of-the-art driver IC, and it covers all the elements, 6 elements in new basics. I want to emphasize the element about HDR-Optimized. HDR-Optimized is what MBI delivered 2 years ago, and that is a driver performance related to display performance. 16-bit grayscale, and also 3840 Hertz refresh rate. Why MBI5 A64 can achieve this high specification? Because MBI5 A64 is embedded with PWM enhancement feature that is a boosting about the grayscale and the refresh rate. And another thing is, I just emphasized in before, the output current is go to so low to 100 microamp. That is a right fit for mini LED and the micro LED display. So I try to briefly introduce our latest two highly integrated driver IC products. If you need more technical or detailed information, you can drop your message on our YouTube page. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kurt. Thanks, Kurt. Now we have to start the online Q&A. There are already many questions in the chat room from our customers. Yeah, very amazing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
always.
Let's go. The first question is, are these products in production now?
About the two driver IC I just introduced about the mini LED and the micro LED, MBI 5759 is already in mass production. So actually in CES 2020 this year, there are already several manufacturers using MBI 5759 to demonstrate their 4K display like a signage wall or flat panel TV. And for MBI 5864, we will deliver the latest version in second quarter this year.
Okay, and in the 16 channel product, the MBI 5254 and MBI 5754 are all already in the max production, and the MBI 5264 will be released in the second quarter.
Okay. The next question, why MBI 5759 and 5754 can only support to 14-bit grayscale, but how about the 16-bit grayscale?
Okay, it sounds like this question is very interesting to common castle LED technology because MBI 5759 and the MBI 5754 are both driver ICs for common castle LEDs. In these two drivers, they are both equipped with 16-bit PWM mode, which means both of these two drivers can support 16-bit PWM mode. However, because of some limitation on the clock frequency in the PCB, there will be some limitation to achieve 16-bit. But if you really want to look at the 16-bit, you can consider to lower down the multiplexing number, then 16-bit is still achievable.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, why MBI 5864 has low power, but it is not common cathode driver?
This is an interesting question. MBI 5864 is labeled with our low power index in new basics. That is because MBI 5864 actually it is using the new design of the driver chip. So the power consumption of the single driver chip is lower than our previous product. And also, because it's able to support 64 multiplexing, if you're using higher multiplexing compared to old design, you can reduce the driver IC count from the power consumption. So less driver IC and also the driver IC consume less power means you can save more power in your LED display system.
Okay, thank you. The next is, what is the difference between dynamic and the dynamic plus power saving?
Okay, this is very interesting question because this is one element for the low power of the new basics. And the dynamic power saving, we can save the power when the screen is all black. And the difference is that dynamic plus power saving, we can save the power even when the display shows the image.
So it sounds like the dynamic plus is like an enhancement for dynamic power saving. So it can save power no matter in displaying the content or in the standby mode, you display nothing. So sounds like it's more powerful.
Yes.
Okay, the next question is MBI 5754 already supported by Novastar?
MBI 5754 is already developed by Novastar's R&D, and I think they have already released the software version or the firmware version to their specific users. If you need more information, MBI can help, or you can contact Novastar for the software release.
Another question from Hai Zhang. Does the minimum gray feature require adjustment for the gamma correction curve?
Okay. Minimum gray feature is one of our. I should say, minimum gray is like is a combination about several technology inside of a driver IC. That is how we can deliver the performance in the minimum gray scale, minimum gray level, and this is possible to working with the gamma correction. However, we need to work with our users to check what is the after gamma result and the pre-gamma result. But the minimum gray can be performed in before gamma and after gamma.
Wow, very clear,
Yeah.
professional.
I think now the question is coming and more professional now. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the next
Interesting.
question. Hi, Fatis Kulale. He asked, can you explain the scan sharing and the dynamic plus?
Okay. The scan sharing is mean that we can the driver IC can share the modes with other driver IC. So it means that we can reduce the driver IC on the PCB board, and so we can also reduce the power consumption and the surface temperature on the display module. And the dynamic plus power saving, just we said, when the screen is showing the image, we can also save the power.
I will take some notes about scan sharing technology. For the scan sharing technology, the core is the MOSFET can be shared to, in one IC, can be shared to another one, which means different IC can share different IC's MOSFET function block and also some internal functions. So, which means the MOSFET usage will be more efficient on your PCB design. And also, that means there are some non-ideal effect can be controlled more directly by the driver ICs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, hi Sandra. Hi. Hello.
You got fans here.
Will the shown IC support the failure prediction feature?
Okay. The failure prediction feature is patented by Macroblock. The failure prediction feature is now implemented in our highly integrated product series like MBI 5359, MBI 5759, and the MBI 5864. And now the failure prediction function is already designed in the chip. And if you need this kind of feature, you will need to cooperate with the controller company to release the software is able to control this function and to implement that in your LED display system.
Okay, thank you. The next, Kai from Deutschland. Yeah, I guess. What controller company work well with Macroblock driver?
Okay, we also co-work with the controller companies, and in the beginning of the driver IC development stage, and our partner are the Novastar, Brown10, and Color Light. Yes.
Yeah, with these three partners, we will start our developing when our driver IC is just released, and they will start their supporting about new driver IC very quickly. And if you have requests, and sometimes we can bridge the developing about the IC function and the controller. So that is what our sales support is always doing.
Okay. The next question is, does Macroblock plan to design common cathode driver IC like MBI 5864? That is MBI 5864. I think the customer is asking about if we will have another driver with common cathode.
Okay. At this moment, because of MBI 5864 is still under developing, so we will focus on this kind of architecture on common anode LED technology. And once we already verify our architecture and check about the performance, then we may consider this kind of development. Thank you.
Okay. The next one, well, so many.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's very good because actually we hope you can ask more questions because we want to direct contact with you and share more about our opinion.
Okay, the next one. Do you have any IC to support the 120 Hertz refresh rate?
Okay.
Frame rate. I think
Frame
yeah.
rate, sorry.
Okay. As we know, there are more and more requirements of the high frame rate for the Pro AV or the eSport. And the high frame rate can be achieved in many ways. The easy way is we can reduce the grayscale to have the high frame rate to 120 Hertz. So we also suggest the PWM enhancement technology driver like MBI 5864 and MBI 5264.
Yeah, so which means for the 120 Hertz frame rate, if you don't want to achieve the high frame rate by reducing the grayscale, so it's better to choose the driver feature with PWM enhancement, which means you can keep the grayscale performance and also keep the 120 Hertz frame rate or higher frame rate. Yeah.
Thank you. The next is, I need 16-bit grayscale and 4K refresh rate for my LED display. Is there any recommendation driver IC from Macroblock?
Okay, 16-bit grayscale and 4K refresh rate are the spec same as the HDR-Optimized. So if we have the PLL embedded driver IC, we suggest the MBI 5359, MBI 5850, MBI 5264, and MBI 5359. Yes.
So for 4K and the 16-bit grayscale, 4K refresher and the 16-bit grayscale, if you're looking at the wider pixel pitch, we will suggest MBI 5850. But if you're looking at the very ultra fine pitch or normal fine pitch, we will suggest to use MBI 5359. This is a very suitable solution for both applications.
Yes.
Okay, the next question, from our customer. I do have an additional question to you. You already answered about the common cathode driver IC, and when can we expect a 16 solution with common cathode, 16-bit for common cathode?
Okay, for this kind of a requirement, actually now our driver is able to support 16-bit PWM. However, you need to lower down the multiplexing design. But there will be some balance about the multiplexing and the performance. So at this moment, we will suggest to use less multiplexing. However, we will also checking how to do more about to boost up our grayscale. Actually, we already have a new algorithm that may possible to help on 16-bit grayscale. So we can check about the details after this show.
Okay, thank you. The next, I heard that there is patent issue about the common cathode driver IC. How about Macroblock?
Okay, as we know, there is no patent concern of the Macroblock whole driver IC. And about the common cathode LED design, we suggest MBI 5754 and MBI 5759.
Yeah, and for these two drivers, we have confidence that we are using no risk, no patent risk design, and we can deliver very good display performance.
Okay, the next. Hi, Hilo again. Going back to the EMC question, do we have to expect a higher radiation of the LED display if we use the scan sharing?
Use scan sharing. Actually, for the because the radiation from the radiation I should say radiation EMI is more induced by several major sources. One of that is the clock running on the PCB, and the other one is about output. The driver IC's output is on and off, and make some energies radiate. So for scan sharing actually doesn't impact the clock frequency or impact our constant current output. So maybe this is not. There's no direct relationship between scan sharing and more EMI.
Okay, thank you. The next, I buy display from China. So what are the benefits to use Macroblock drivers?
Sandra, I think this should be your question, right?
Okay, I will answer it. So when you choose a display supplier from China, the first you could contact our sales, and our sales will have a discussion with you to choose the right solution, the best solution for Macroblock driver, and we can give you the technical support, on-site support also in China's factory. So if you have any question, we can support your partners in China, LED display makers, to check the LED display. Meanwhile, not only the technical support, Macroblock always provides the reliable products. Since Macroblock is in this field for 20 years, so reliability and service is Macroblock's the most value for customers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question. Hi, John. What is PWM enhancement?
Okay. The PWM enhancement is mean that the first is the PLL function embedded in the driver IC. And the second is we have the low EMI on the display. And the third is we have the best performance, like HDR-Optimized, which means that we have the 16-bit grayscale and 4K refresh rate at the 64 scan design.
Yeah. PWM enhancement, Hong-Yi just mentioned about the benefit PWM enhancement can deliver. Actually, PWM enhancement is like a combination technology. It's combined with our low grayscale compensation and also the internal clock generation that is based on the phase lock loop. And so, which means very high frequency can be running inside of the IC and combined with our low grayscale compensation to deliver very high grayscale and a very good visual effect at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, the next. Hi, Francesco. He asked the definition of mini LED, micro LED. Any driver IC pitch can support to below 0.4 millimeter in the future.
Okay. Actually, we just in my section, I just introduced about MBI 5864. This is a driver that is designed for the pixel pitch for very narrow pixel pitch. So we just in my section, I just demoed. There's a PCB designed with a 0.39 millimeter. Because of MBI 5864, there will be less driver IC be used for the same resolution, and also the package is very compact. It's 6 millimeter by 6 millimeter, the minimum size in our product line. So this is our suggestion for the pixel pitch below 0.4 millimeter.
Okay. Still many questions. This one is any proposal for Class B EMC design?
Okay. We can suggest the
This is still about PW enhancement,
yes,
right?
PW enhancement. So with the PW enhancement driver IC, we have the MBI 5264 and MBI 5359 and MBI 5864.
Okay.
Okay, the next is from Bashali. Hi. She asked, does MBI 5051 is good for using depth pixel detection, or we should choose some other MBI drivers?
For LED depth pixel detection, our word will be LED depth pixel isolation, but it's okay because this is about the error detection and also the automatic isolation about the depth pixel. So in 5051, there is an open detection. But if you're talking about the depth pixel isolation, it is already function with this driver. And the newer model from MBI's product line almost, if it's a PWM driver, LED depth pixel isolation is equipped. Okay, so I think today there are many questions about power saving.
Yes.
Energy saving and power saving, right?
Yes.
How about Hongyi? Can you explain some major method can be achieved by our user to reduce the power, system power, or driver IC power?
Okay, we can reduce the power. We can reduce the power for common case application.
This is one of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And dynamic power saving. This is function. And our new generation product, we has a low driver IC power. Yes.
There are several ways to reduce the system power. I think the most important one is to using the power saving feature like a Dynamic Plus, and also to shrink IC's itself power consumption to. This is a IC company's homework. We need to reduce the power consumption from the IC itself, and with our latest foundry technology and our new design to make the IC power consumption to be lower and lower.
Thanks. The next is, does depth pixel isolation just work with open circuit LED or short circuit LED too?
Okay. For now, the LED depth pixel isolation now is working with open LED. Yeah.
Okay.
The phenomenon will be a cross, and we can delete that.
Thank you. Hi, Japolo. Japolo asked, what happened with the scan sharing driver IC with the scan lines when the refresh rate is not high? I mean, when I use camera to see the screen.
Okay. Okay. If you're looking at the display cabinet, because the physical scan is doing like a sequentially, and it goes like this, and go more repeat again and repeat. So if the camera speed and the display refresh is not synced together, then it's possible to see the scan line, or the refresh rate is not high enough. So that is why we always suggest our user to suggest high performance PWM driver to deliver good grayscale and a high refresh rate.
Okay. And the next, hi John. Integrating the driver IC on the same chip as the MOSFET, I would be worried about power dissipation for certain application.
Integrating the driver IC on the same chip. I think the concern about this kind of architecture will be more related to high power, but integrated in one driver IC. Yeah. MBI knows this concern. However, our high integration driver IC are more for very fine pitch application. So which means the driving current goes through from the driver IC is quite relatively low. So the power consumption of this, the power applied on the driver IC is controllable. However, if you're looking at some outdoor application or very brightness is very high display, we will suggest to use the driver IC and the MOSFET separate solution. Yeah.
Thanks. The next one. Hi. You say good morning.
Good
Guten Morgen, Sandra.
Oh.
Is there any plan to achieve a higher scan rate over 4K in the future?
Over 4K, I think this is talking about a very high refresh rate.
Scan rate.
Scan rate and scan rate. I think here the scan rate here maybe it means the refresh rate. Yeah, we are trying to develop some drivers that is able to support higher refresh rate because there's more and more frame rate, high frame rate or variable frame rate requirement, and that is related to high refresh rate as well. So yes, we will try to deliver the product like this.
Well, hi Nakakomi-san. This live show is great. Will you hold this event like this regularly in the future?
Oh, so it looks like our audience like our show. This is a very good encouragement to all of our team. Yeah, because this year there's virus in the all global, so we are trying to keep the contact and the communication with our lovely partners. So we will try to deliver more and more this kind of online communication or event, and yeah, we will try to do more.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, there are still many questions in the chat room, but due to the time limitation, the time is to the end. But don't worry, our strong team members there will keep answering you or send you by email. So we have to say goodbye to you now. However, as a loyal and lovely partnership like you and Macroblock never say goodbye. So we will see you soon again. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye. Oh.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. This is our team. So many people for this show.
Thank you.
Thank you all guys, and thank you for your attention about this show. Thank you. Yeah, say goodbye to our lovely audience.